Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and you should subscribe. Yes, I'm going to say that in the beginning so you don't forget. Today I'm going to start something called the hair series, and that is basically all about how I got this bomb this bomb ass weave. It was more Kim K inspired than Rihanna, because Rihanna did do something like this, but hers was a lot longer for the anti-tour. And because of some mishaps that we will learn about in the third video of the series, that is why it ended up this short and ended up being like more Kim K than Rihanna. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I dyed, relaxed, and not really installed, but the way I installed the weave and the way I style it this way, you should definitely carry on watching. You should definitely subscribe, turn on the post notifications so that you know when I'm posting the other two videos in the series, and then you guys can just enjoy. And yeah, so the first part that I'm doing is dyeing my hair. Just so you know, I am not a professional. I've never been to beauty school. I don't know how to dye hair professionally. This is just what I do, and I want to show you guys what I've done and what I decided to do for this particular hairstyle. And yeah, so if you want to see how I dyed my hair so it could match the weave, and as well as how I dyed the weave itself, carry on watching. So I want to talk through this bit just so it makes a bit more sense, I think, and I can explain everything a lot better. But yeah, I'm gonna first start out by combing my hair, which I did do last night. I'm like, what's it called, tender headed or something? Yeah, like for me, anything when you're touching my hair, it's super sore. So I'm just gonna comb it out all the way, using a very wide tooth comb because I'm so scared. And I basically did comb like in between and everywhere, but I'm just making sure that it's properly combed for when I like start sectioning it, so it's not that sore and all that stuff. And then I start blow drying it, there's not knots in it, which is the worst. Now that I've combed it out fully, as you can see, my hair is dirty, so I do relax my hair, but not so often. Like, I don't want to do the whole relax, what's it, you relax every 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know, but yeah, I don't do that. I usually relax every 2 months, if not longer. It depends on how much I can handle like my hair. So yeah, so as you can see, it's dirty because I want to relax it when I actually do the weave so that the edges are all nice and laid. So that's why I'm dyeing it right now straight from the weave that it was in. To dye the hair, obviously make sure you're wearing a t-shirt that you don't care about or you don't mind getting dirty. Like, as you can see, this t-shirt, this is all bleach. It actually isn't like this for fun or whatever. This is all bleach, and I have a dirty towel that I've been using to dye hair since like 2015. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is, in the box you get the color intensity coloring cream, which has olive oil, and then you also get the step 2. So this is step 1, and then this is the color developer. And the reason I use Dark and Lovely is because obviously it's made for black people hair, which is like 4C hair and such. So it has the oils that like our hair needs, which is what I like. So I know that my hair is somewhat not going to be damaged, even though I'm coloring it, which sort of guarantees damage. But if I'm going to suggest like any sort of dye for your hair, make sure it actually is for like type 4 hair, so it has oils in it. Like, it will definitely say it has a certain oil in it to help it. So Dark and Lovely, Inecto, those are pretty good ones. This also comes with an intensive oil care treatment with olive oil, which is the step 3, which is what I think you put in after the dye. I haven't dyed my hair in so long, like my actual natural hair. I'm usually dyeing the weaves, not my hair, but since I wanted to leave out, I have to make sure it blends in. Like, that's the key importance. The reason we're dyeing our hair is so that like your hair blends in with the leave out. And also, I just like my hair being black. It just looks so much healthier when it's black. Going on to the dyeing, I'm just going to try and struggle with this box.
But yeah, I'm going to use the color intensity color and cream, and then the color developer. I'm going to use a mixing bowl, and it comes with the brush, and you can get this at Discount for like super cheap. I think it's like 25 rand or something like that. This also comes with the color intensity olive oil treatment for the hair after you've dyed it, gloves, and as well as an instruction manual. I'm going to go in with the cream first, just try and pour all of that out, just empty it out, don't like waste product. And then I'm going to go in with the developer, and I didn't know this before, but you can use like the back of the lid to open these tubes, which is like so cool. I just want to show you guys that because I didn't know that, so I thought it would be cool to show you. And yeah, I'm just going to mix it, and the consistency should be correct if you're using everything that's in the bottles, because they sort of measure it out for you already.
So for the application, I'm going to section my hair into 4. So I just warm down the middle like that. Ooh, it's so dirty. And then I'm gonna section like sideways. So I'm gonna take this half and half it, essentially, like that. And then what I'm gonna do is take each section that I'm not gonna be working on yet and just clip it. But I'm gonna start by only clipping the 2 back sections because I want to work on the front ones. My leave out is mostly going to be in the front, so that's where you want to make sure the color is quite intense. So this is where I'm going to be working, starting off. I have a brush, but I'll probably end up applicating with, since I have gloves on, with the gloves. Quite important. I'm quite messy, don't worry, this is a very impromptu video. I only thought of doing this last night, since I was like, oh, I'm actually gonna like do a lot for this hair. So I'm gonna take some of my hair food. You can use anything like Vaseline, anything that's thick in consistency that can sort of act as a barrier. This one is not very thick, but you have to put that all around your hairline basically, just to protect your skin from being burnt by the chemicals. So just put that all around. You're gonna be quite oily. I mean, if you've been to a salon and they've relaxed your hair, if you're a black girl, you know that this is like procedure, like this is mandatory. I'm going to start on the front, but as you can see, I'm not touching my edges. Like, I'm not touching the actual edges yet. I'm just starting with the front part. Ooh, okay. Don't talk while you're trying to dye your hair, because you might just mess some on yourself. I'm doing this because this is where I want the most color intensity. My front edges. Hold down this section so I can see what's happening for real, and then start applying in here. And then once you've done those edges, we're going to go into sections in the actual section. So you're going to section out a section, and then I'm going to start applying with the gloves because it's so much easier for me, and then just go in until that entire section basically is soaked with hair dye. And then you just wanna, don't ask me how I got dye on my face, but it's okay because I'm not going out today. But yeah, it's just, you have to be like super careful. But when you're doing it at home, especially with me doing it on a small mirror, it does get super messy. So yeah. Then I'm gonna do the same with this section. After I've decided to just dye my face black as well, I'll try and show you guys a way to get that off a little bit quicker, which, well, I don't even have to show you, just use a bit of handy Andy, if you know what that is, or any sort, like something like that, that has a bit of bleach in it but not too much where it like will damage your skin and stuff like that. You can just put some of that in a cloth and just wipe it off. I've put the dye in all over their head, so we're all fully black, I think. Those back roots. So yeah, and then I'm gonna let it sit in for 30 minutes just to be sure of the color. On the instructions, obviously they give you a set of instructions, but because I'm used to dye my hair black, I know that 30 minutes is a good time for me to sit. Sometimes I'll even sit like 20 minutes. It's not all that necessary to like keep it for that long, but I like to be a little sure. And while I wait for this, I'm going to dye the weave, and let's go to that.
With dyeing the weave, I'm using the 9A hair weft from TW Hair, which I am like sort of in charge of, but I'm going to go into it next year properly. So if you are looking for weaves and everything, I'll let you guys know when I'm properly selling hair and all that stuff. I'm using 2 bundles which are 16 inches that I'm going to be cutting for the hairstyle. And yeah, I'm just going in. If you've watched my how to dye your weave blonde hair, you'll know like what sort of technique I use. I'm also going in to like open the hair because I'm dyeing it while it's still tied in the bundle, so you need to just make sure that all of the hair gets the color. And the best way for me is to literally go in with my hands because I'm wearing gloves, and also make sure that the ends of the hair get some color. Even though you're cutting it, you never know how short you might go when you're still dyeing the hair. I'm going to do that with both bundles and just make sure that they're both thoroughly coated in the hair dye.
So I'm going to apply this color intensity treatment, and then I'm going to just blow dry my hair, and then I'll be back after that. Okay, now that my hair is mostly dry, I have so much growth I'd like to note, if you can see it. Yeah, I have quite a bit of growth, so my hair it's not soft, but it is a little bit coarse. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is apply the oil Sheen hair food. I'm going to like go in section by section, almost the same way I sectioned it when I was dyeing the hair. So I want to just make sure that my hair has a lot of moisture. As you can see, the growth is pretty dry, so I want it to have moisture.
And then I just wanted to show you guys quickly like what I would do with this hair, like how I styled it afterwards, because obviously I would have to go to school and things like that. I basically just brush it. I use this huge, I think it's called a paddle brush, because it is less painful since I have so much growth, and I told you guys that I'm scared of pain. And then I go in with a whopping load of edge control, which is also by oil Sheen, but I will have all the products listed in the description box below. I first tie a bun so that I can see where my edges are, obviously, and then after that I'm gonna go in with that edge control. After I've gone in with the edge control, I'm going to use this foam mousse sort of thing with olive oil, and I'm just using that to basically lay down the top of my hair. So I'm only putting it on literally the top. I'm not sectioning my hair out to put this into it. This is just so that it can be a lot flatter. And then I'm going to properly go in with this brush. It has like it's like plastic bristles, which are really tiny, which help lay down the hair. And then I'm going to finally tie my final bun. I've tied like so many buns. Yeah, and that is basically how I'll style this hair on everyday basis.
Okay guys, so that is part 1 done, and basically that is just how I dyed the weave and how I dyed my own hair so that it could actually match for this particular hairstyle. If you guys want to see how I relax my hair, you should watch part 2, and if you guys want to see how I left out my hair and how I styled this hairstyle, you should watch part 3. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Bye.